Yes, here we have one of the most intimidating scenes in game development, especially if you're just a beginner, because all you have is a main camera, a folder with one scene, and a game view of a lot of nothing. And if you press play, we have a very interactive and fun to play game. You can look at the color blue and also look at the color blue. And believe it or not, this game has a feature where you can look at the color blue. And to make us feel a bit more professional, even though, well, I'm not, but we just go make 4 different folders here. There's one for prefabs, scenes, scripts, and visuals, or you can do sprites. Honestly, up to you. So one of the first things you probably want is some kind of thing to move around in the screen, so you can go to the sprites and make, I don't know, let's make a hexagon. Get this here, drag it up here, and boom, we have this. Also have a giant cold right now, I feel like I'm gonna die soon. After that, we gotta venture all the way to our scripts folder, and then make a new C# script, which I called player movement. And up here, we have one of the most scary things to see, especially if you're a beginner. And it can be one of your most favorite things to see, it just kinda depends. So up here we have the blank script where, well, there are pros and cons about this. Let's start off with the cons first. 1, you have nothing. And like I said, if you don't really know too much on what you're doing, it can be really scary. But on the bright side, there's no errors yet, and it looks really clean. So I guess was that. Even though things aren't going the best for us, we do have one solution to fix everything, and that's Google. Okay, so now I did this all completely by myself and no help from any outside sources whatsoever. But to be fair, you gotta do what you gotta do. But in my defense, I made this part by myself, which I'm proud of that. So we have this here, and if we go save, go back into the game, and as you can see, it updates here. Then we just go click on the hexagon. I said we click on the hexagon. I said we click on the hexagon. Okay, there it goes. So now if we want to go add, wait for it, a rigid body 2D, we remove the gravity. Now we're going to want the camera. And if all went well, we in fact face the mouse and we can move around. Have something great going. And just to make sure that it's easier to see which direction they're facing, we now have something of an eye, because yeah. Also, if you do something like this, be careful if you parent the camera to the player, because as you can see down here, it looks like it's not working, but I can guarantee you it's working, but just not how we wanted it to. But yeah, this is a pretty short video, but I'm just more so saying that, like, when you start out, it's tough, but as you go, it gets better. And plus, I know I pretty much for the most part just use the reference online, but I do understand what's going on for the most part, which that's the main thing. Because at the start it'll be a lot of using tutorials and stuff, but once you start to see how things work, learn different things, and overall just how the engine works, it will really help you out in the long run with learning this. And if you wanted to get into this stuff, and if you just haven't done it yet, I'd recommend you get started. There's some good channels to watch, like Brackeys for tutorials. Danny does some cool stuff too. And yeah, overall, it's just a lot of fun, although it can be time consuming. And this is a pretty short video, but it is my first one on this channel, which is cool, and I hope we can just improve from here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, if you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.